Alumni Connections, take one.
So I'd love to hear more about where you're from and what brought you to Rochester.
Well, I grew up in upstate New York in Binghamton. Rochester was a hidden gem. I didn't know that much about it, but I was very interested in public policy and government. And when we got here, I said, wow, this feels really good.
What did you do right after undergrad? What did that look like for you?
Well, I wanted to work on Capitol Hill. I wasn't able to get a job right out of college there, but I worked at an education nonprofit. I learned a lot, but I really wanted to work on the Hill. So I went back to school. I went to grad school at GW, George Washington, and I got my public policy degree. And after that, I got a job working in the Senate for Senator John Kerry, and then worked in the Senate for a number of years, worked on his presidential campaign. I just kind of launched into a lot of different jobs in government.
And are you still working in government?
Now I'm working actually in the private sector. I work at JPMorgan. I work in corporate responsibility. Our CEO was interested in building a policy shop that would be focused on issues of inclusive economic growth. So the idea was a big firm like ours has a lot of expertise, a lot of credibility, a lot of resources, and he wanted to ensure we were doing our part to address broader societal issues. It's been over 6 years, and I've been able to co-head the philanthropy, oversee the policy team. I oversee a group of researchers who are using our data to glean insights into the economy for policymakers. It's really a vibrant, exciting place to be. My first passion or first issue that I really cared deeply about was urban education. And I still care about that, but there's so many other issues. And what I found is really any policy issue is interesting once you dive into it and once you understand how it impacts people. So that's kind of been how I've tried to navigate different spaces to try to stay focused on that mission.
Yeah. As far as just studying political science, studying the social sciences, the humanities, like what in those fields has kind of allowed you to succeed so much?
Rochester gave me this great, rigorous academic foundation.
Right.
It has this beautiful place that helps you really focus on studying. It has this history of impact makers, right? And you're inspired by that, and you believe you can do that too. That built your confidence. And then I had this proximity. You know, I got to be in Congress as an intern while I was studying here, but not just observing it. I was there every day. I was eating, drinking, sleeping, everything.
That's awesome. It's also fun to hear about your congressional intern experience. My first congressional internship was a couple years back. I was just one of the many little thousands of congressional interns running around for one of the House of Representatives, and it's just magical.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is. And it was, to me, I took my political science courses pretty seriously. I became a student here. I mean, I wasn't not a student before, but I became much more serious. And when I got to Congress, the first couple weeks, I was like, this is not what I studied. This is so different. And then I realized these things kind of came together, and I understood how they were connected and what I was learning, and then actually how Congress works really connected in a way that I thought was so interesting. And so even though, yes, I was answering phones and opening mail, there was no email then, by the way, answering phones and opening mail and doing other things, I was absorbing so much information. And I landed, actually, the first internship I had was really not very fulfilling, and the congressman next door had just been elected, and they didn't have any interns, and they said, hey, would you mind watching our phones, answering our phones while we go to the swearing in? I said, sure. And they came back and they said, we don't have any interns.
Oh my gosh.
We will let you sit in on meetings with the congressman if you're willing to be our intern. So I went down the hallway to the payphone, no cell phones, and I called Professor Fenno and said, is it okay if I change? And he said, sure, if that's what you want to do. And having that experience, also having the ability to actually be integrated in the office made a big difference. But that's what that program does. The Fenno program, it really immersed you in such a way that you just come away saying, I have a totally different appreciation for how this place works.
How incredible is that? Just switching over like that. Oh my gosh.
I know. So Katie, tell me, so you're studying political science.
Yes.
What are you interested in? What do you hope to do with your career?
I hope to go to law school after undergrad, so I'm very interested in constitutional law.
Oh, wow. Great time for it.
Yes, very much so. I'm the president of our mock trial org here on campus, which has just been honestly so incredible. It's such an incredible thing to do, and just builds your confidence, public speaking. And then I know you were saying that one thing that you really loved about being here at Rochester was that you got to be a student. And I feel like one incredible thing about the political science program here is that there's so many opportunities for you to just immerse yourself in the field. There's so many opportunities for research, to TA, to just show up to your professor's office, even if they don't have hours, just if their door's open, just walking in. And so it's truly just been so incredible. I mean, that really resonated with me, of just saying more so than just being a political science major, like being a political science student. So I think one of the greatest things about being a student here at Rochester is that, everywhere you go, you see the slogan of Melior, right? Ever better. And so I'd love to just hear about how you're making the world ever better in your career.
It's fun being back on campus and seeing the evidence of that
Right.
all around. I do feel like it was a part of my grounding in political science of like, how do you think about making the world better? And it really has been the through line of my work of, I won't say that I had massive impact or was
Right.
able to be transformative, but I tried in all of my roles and every day to try to make some improvement in people's lives. And that's really been at the heart of the work that I've done.
It's so incredible to hear. All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so fun to talk to you.
Yes,
Good luck.
likewise. Thank you.